So, good afternoon to all of you students. Today we are going to understand about the biconditional statement or biconditional proposition. So, previously we have seen the conditional statement. Now, today we will see the details about the biconditional statement. So, let us see. Again, let us consider the two propositions P and Q. If P and Q are the two propositions, then so we can say it can be defined as if P and Q are the two propositions are two propositions, then its compound proposition, then the compound proposition P if and only if P if and only if Q, if and only if Q, which can be denoted as P biconditional Q or P biconditional Q is called biconditional proposition or statement. Or proposition. So we can say this is a compound proposition. So this P if and only if Q, and it can be denoted as P biconditional Q, or we can also use this symbol for its notation. Here this particular connective, this is called the biconditional connective, and the connective is called the biconditional connective. This is biconditional connective. Now let us see its examples. With the help of the example, we will see. For example, the first example is, we can say he swims if and only he swims if and only if the water is warm. Means he swims if and only if the water is warm, or we can say when the water is warm, then he swims. So here we are using this biconditional. So this is the first example, and second we can say the sales of flats decline if and only if if and only if interest rates rise. Interest rate rise. Sales of flats decline if and only if interest rate rise. So this is the second example of biconditional. Now this biconditional statement, it can normally we read it as P if and only if Q, if two propositions are given, then we will read it as P if and only if Q, but it can also be read as it can also be read as it can also be read as the way one is. First is P is necessary. P is necessary and sufficient condition for Q. P is necessary and sufficient condition for P. So in this way we can also read it. And the second is P implies Q and Q implies P. P implies Q and Q implies P. P implies Q and Q implies P. So this is the second way by which we can read this biconditional statement. Now we will see its truth table. Truth table of P biconditional Q. Now let us see so this is P and then Q and then P biconditional Q. So if P is false, Q is false, then this is true. If P is, first case is, and P is false, Q is false, then this is true. And if P is false, Q is true, then this is false. And if P is true and this is Q is false, again this is false. And if P is true, Q is true, then this is true. So we can say this is true in two situations when P and Q both should be either true or false. Otherwise, this will be false. So this is the truth table of biconditional statement. So we can say this is truth table for P biconditional Q. Now let us see the example. Let us see one example. Here, suppose P is, now here consider some propositions. So first proposition is, this is P. P is a new computer is bought. A new computer is bought. And the second proposition is Q, and Q is additional funding is available. Additional funding is available. So P denotes a new computer is bought and Q denotes additional funding is available. Now the proposition R is a new computer is bought if and only if additional funding is available. So this is true here. We can say a new computer is bought if and only if additional funding is available. Additional funding is available. So obviously this R is true here. So this R is true. We can say this is true because we can see from the table also, because P and Q both are true, that's why this R is true. Now let us see some more cases for this R, whether this R will be true or not. So the case 1 is, let us see, we are considering the same propositions P, Q for different situations. Let us see whether this R is true or not. The case 1 is no new computer is bought and additional funding is not available. No new computer is bought, additional funding is not available. So here we can see the computer is not bought, it means this is false. So first one is, this is false, and additional funding is also not available. So this is also false. So in this case, we can say this R will be false, because when P and Q both are false, this will be true. So this will be true in this case. No new computer is bought and additional funding is not available. So P is false, Q is false. So this P biconditional Q, this is true. Now the case 2 is no new computer is bought, additional funding is available. No new computer is bought no new computer is bought although additional funding is available. Although additional funding is available. So again from here, this P is here, this is false, P is false, and Q is true because funding is available. So this is true. So in this case, this will be, when this is false, P is false and Q is true, this is false. So we can write here, this R will be false. So in case 2, R is false. Now let us see case 3. Case 3 says a new computer is bought although additional funding is not available. A new computer is bought, a new computer is bought although additional funding is not available. So again we can see in this case 3, a new computer is bought, it means this is true. It means this is true. This is true, P is true, although additional funding is not available. When funding is not available, this is false. Q is false. So in this case, when P is true and Q is false, it should be false. So we can write this R will be false. Now case 4. Case 4 is a new computer is bought when additional funding is available. A new computer is bought, a new computer is bought when additional funding is available. When additional funding is available. So in this case 4, this is same as we have written here, because new computer is bought, this is true, P is true, and additional funding is also available, so Q is also true. So in this case we can say this R will be true. R will be true. So we can also see from this table, because when both the propositions are either false or true, then this will be true, otherwise it will be false. So this we have also seen in this example. So I hope that you would be benefited from this. In this video lecture we have discussed about the biconditional statement or biconditional proposition. Thank you.